Oh dear God, no! Why did you say that?
Ha. That definitely was the final boss, guys. Don't worry.
Well, that depends
Oh, your
on
perspective, really. Yeah, let's
yeah.
go. Let's go punch some hags in the dicks.
Yeah, I do want to go back and hit those.
Hi everyone, we're back. It's been a while, but here we are. This might be the last episode, might not be. We're at the end, which is left fairly ambiguous, because most of Wild Beyond the Witchlight is structured sandbox in quotes.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's like you can do this, but you don't have to, or you can do that, but you don't have to. And it largely seems like we're near the end, according to what Shay will tell me, and she doesn't tell me a lot about this, so
I'm estimating about another episode or two. So
maybe this episode,
could be the
maybe
last
next
one.
episode, could be the last one, might not. Dido's hoping it is because she's got to go out of town next week. It's always Dido. No,
I know.
There's no blame. I hope you have a good time if you do go.
Yeah, we'll just meet back in 2 weeks.
We'll just meet back in 2 weeks, or TPK, and it'll be fine.
Or TPK.
Or TPK. Anyways, I'm not going to handle things from here because I'm not running the game. I'm going to give it to Shay, and she's in charge. It's her mess.
Well, it's my mess now.
It's your mess now.
It's my best.
Hello everyone, I'm Shay, or Shay the Fae on Twitch and Twitter. And today I am the GM for Wild Beyond the Witchlight. It has been a hot minute since we played this game, so we are in the final sequence. I'm trying to think of the right words for that. But last time, you all had fought a harrowing battle against the Jabberwock without the OG Vorpal Blade, so good job up there.
We did it live.
I mean, you did it without the poetic sword. But yeah, afterwards you had found a room filled with a room in this palace of Heart's Desire, filled with a number of different people locked in stasis, including winged goblins, pixies, a grumpy-looking, sorry, mind's blanking. It's been a while. Frog person. Couple drow. A woman, an armed woman, looks like she's a warrior, maybe a cleric or something. Well, I closed her sheet. A middle-aged, white-haired woman, whom I suspect you all already may have discerned, might be the ruler of this realm. I know this picture doesn't have her white hair, but she has white hair.
I don't know. I don't really believe this picture. She's been a liar this whole time. Although it does kind of white at the ends.
Somebody said one of their names.
We know all their names actually. At
Uh,
least,
No,
pretty
I mean the name of the warrior chick. Somebody said her name.
yes.
Oh yeah, our two companions.
That would have been Strongheart or Elkhorn, I forget. One of them was like, oh, it's Mercian, who seems like she might be a member of their party. Valor's Call, as it were. But you spent one of your Legend Lore boons, you still have one left, on identifying the strange cauldron that was in the center of the room. Strange cauldron, which this very austere woman was reaching for. And in casting this spell, you got a incantation out of it, along with its history, revealing that this is Igwil's Cauldron, an artifact that is tied throughout the multiverse to various witch covens. There is a significant amount of magic in this, and it is actually the item in question that has frozen the entirety of the palace in a temporal stasis. You have a few ideas, I'm assuming, on how to reverse that, along with a number of boons that may assist you in doing so. How you go about it is up to you. So we'll pick up here with everybody wrapped around this, standing around this cauldron, the Jabberwocky, or the Jabberwock, done in for the time being.
So, the cauldron is the cause of the time stasis.
That's curious.
Believe that if we defreeze Sivilna, Tasha, Egwene, well, she just reverse the effect.
Is that in our best interest to unfreeze her?
That's
Isn't she dangerous
why-
in of herself?
Well,
why I'm here.
she's the ruler of this place. And Chow's going to point at Cassia, then back to herself, and the whole reason why two of us are here.
Alright, let's do it.
Chow's going to take the unicorn horn and just tap Egwene, Tasha, and Sivilna on the shoulder and just say their names.
Say
Before you do,
all three of those names.
Yep.
Just so I understand, all three of those are the same person?
Yep.
Okay, neat.
So you touch her with the unicorn horn and you say Sibilna. No effect. You say Igwil. No effect. You say Tasha. Nothing happens. It would appear that none of those are her true name.
Oh.
We still have,
Oh, Cassie, what did you call that painting in
Wait, we still have one use of legend lore, right?
That we do.
Would that not be enough to get her true name?
I think it might.
I could also just destroy the cauldron.
That's the
I
cauldron.
think that would end up badly for us. If we have no other hopes, then yes, but as such,
I'm not against the idea of destroying the cauldron as a last resort, because it is pretty evil on one aspect, but...
I don't remember if I need to roll for this, so Shell's gonna cast... Oh wow, it's been too long, I forget my spells. Guidance on herself, then use the last use of Legend Lore on
Okay.
the three-named lady.
Well, the three named lady. You cast Legend Lore on the three named lady, and I do want to roll because it is possible to learn her true name this way, depending on how much information you already know.
Oh shit, I was right. Yeah, go me.
You already know a significant amount of information, so that is going to cut the DC down. So I would like you to make either history or I will accept Arcana as well.
Okay, I'm going to go with Arcana. $19 plus the guidance for 23.
23. If you knew very little, the DC was going to be 25. But because of what you know, everything you figured out about her, cut the DC down to 12. So
Oh, there's literally no way I
easy
could have
check.
failed at that.
It was an easy check based on all the information you've gathered. So you would have gotten information either way. So now I'm just going to give you this story. You begin casting this spell. It takes 10 minutes, and as you do, everyone around you see Chell's eyes go flash for a moment before she begins moving in. And to everyone, it's in one instant. But Chell, for you, you see your vision changes, and you see you're standing in like an alley, and you see a barefoot little girl running as what appears to be a merchant, perhaps. After her, she managed to dip into this alley and disappear before she's cornered by some urchins who rob her of what she had previously taken. She's pushed aside and left in this alley. But before too long, as rain begins to pick up, she just kind of curls up and sits there. A woman begins to come down this alley, but as she draws closer, that kind elderly look that this woman has begins to shift and change as her form changes into a hunched figure, long limbs, crooked nose, and she reaches out a hand and pats the child on the head and says, "Don't worry, dear. Those hooligans won't trouble you any longer. Come, I see great potential in you." And this little girl looks up, reaches out, takes the finger of this hag, and she smiles, and the vision changes, and once more you see this girl, a little older, along with 3 other children, and these one child looks green skinned. They look fairly normal with some interesting changes to them. One child has like green skin, little plump, has a frog that she's petting. Another is a bit sallow, and she's holding a little marionette. Another child is whittling a piece of dead wood, and then of course you see this other dark-haired girl, and you get the sense that one is this is Tasha and her sisters, but the same hag from before who welcomed this new girl says, "All right, dears, it's time to learn a few more incantations for when you grow older." And she looks over to the little girl and says, "Natasha, why don't we start with you?" The vision changes again, and you see this girl, teenage, long dark hair, Natasha, and she's assisting. This is the same vision you had with the cauldron. They're creating the cauldron. And afterwards, she's sitting. This hag is sitting on the porch of a hut, and this dark-haired girl comes out and she says, "I want to go back to Earth. I want to see the multiverse." And she looks back, "And what would my little Tasha like to call herself then?" And she says, "I'll be Igor." "Well, little Natasha the Dark, Igor." And the scene changes, and you see her traveling with companions. Another mage, a warrior. She's in an adventuring party. And throughout their adventures, you see various moments where Tasha or Igwil is cruel or kind, but her kindness seems to be more towards those who are helpless. She seems to be significantly crueler and delights in that cruelty on people in her eyes she figures doesn't earn it, or hasn't earned it. The scene changes a little bit again, and she's sitting with one of the members of her party, a little bit older, young adult at this point, and they're playing a game of chess. And as they slide these pieces on the board over, she says, "Well, Warden King, I think I've got you in checkmate." And the wizard replies, or the southern mage replies, "So it seems. Well, we did make a bit of a bet, and I think I know just the cause, or just the prize for you. Why don't you keep this head?" And she smiles as she's gifted this magical chessboard. One which you would recognize was sitting up in her bedroom when you went through there. They talk a little bit more, talking about parts of the multiverse they want to explore. The other mage saying he's interested in exploring these dark realms, these dread realms, where Tasha says she's interested in learning more about the abyss. And as the vision changes, Igwil, the Witch Queen, as she comes to be known, does travel into the abyss and spends a significant amount of time there. Within this realm, she learns how better to bind demons and crafts more artifacts. One major artifact you see, you recognize, not exactly sure what it is, but you recognize its importance. It's a bound book that is a spell book that is hanging actually at her side, even frozen in time as she is. But you see her speak with a number of demons who come to fear her. She learns a little bit from a demon lord that seems to decay and shift and turn into an ooze. She speaks with a demon lord of giants who seems in a constant rage, furious, even when she gifts this giant with a hammer, telling him that it's a gift for her little brother. And more notably, you see her in a war against a very handsome demon, one with blue skin, and that very stereotypical sexy look. Constantly goes without a shirt. And during this war, he captures her, and then she captures him. And it's a back and forth where at different times they're each other's prisoners. And they become lovers and enemies at the same time. And you see one vision of kind of like a boat just drifting through a river of magma, and he's leaning back in the boat and she's leaning into his arms, and the two of them are just talking. It's a weird romance they have going on, because in the blink of an eye they'll change from being lovers to being enemies to being allies. But you see her and him both very fond of each other. You see Igwilf, the Witch Queen, grow in power until she not only manages to maintain a sizable kingdom within the Abyss, but traps her enemies in her book. But eventually those enemies grow too numerous, and she flees the Abyss, and comes to the Feywild, and where she begins to erect a new base of operations. This quickly changes. Her interests begin to change. Her hair turns from black to white over time, and her new base becomes a palace, and her demeanor changes. She maintains her secrecy in this realm, but then begins to travel, and everywhere she goes, even traveling to various multiverses on the material plane, she assists those who have no help, gives them gifts, and then punishes those who she feels needs to be punished. And she becomes sort of a fairy godmother of sorts. Eventually, she draws followers from all over the place, and her essence begins to change. Her time in the Feywild changes her, and she goes from being a mortal to a fairy. In her palace, she holds court for a very long time with her sisters. Now, those same sisters, once children, turned into various hags as they grew older, as part of this court. And eventually, as you already know, those hags, her own sisters, turn against her. And this is the result, where it leaves her here. Frozen in time, Natasha the Dark, Igwilf the Witch Queen, Zybilna the Fairy Godmother, someone capable of great good, but also great evil. Sort of mixture of the two.
We just call that neutrality.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, Natasha then, very, very clever, shortening her name, nickname as it were.
Yep.
We probably should have figured that out without wasting a spell, but it's fine. That all was very educational. Thank you for the insight. Not sarcasm.
He also
Thank you.
didn't have her last name.
Yeah, we learned a lot there. So, are you able to give it another tap and see if that works? Or was this like a once per day tippy tap?
Give it another tap. Still kind of stunned and everything, but Natasha the Dark, equal to the Witch Queen, and Savona the...
The moment you say Natasha, the temporal stasis, you feel sudden rush of movement as she stumbles forward, reaching for the cauldron and seeing it changed. She looks down, distraught for a moment. Once more able to move, Zybilna, having lurched forward a step, quickly regains her balance. "Damn it! I'm too late," she says with a snarl. Her eyes dart around in search of enemies before fixating on all of you. Have we met?
Kel's still kind of experiencing all that in her head, like, not, yes, no?
First time.
And she looks down, seeing the unicorn horn in your hand. Damn it to hell. Damn to the abyss. And she extends a hand towards you. The horn, please.
Kel's just gonna hand it over.
You hand it to her, and then she turns around to her cauldron, reaches out with a hand, and you see her focus for a minute. And once more, that same cauldron. Treasures. If there was something in there I should actually be reading.
Is it the 8-cat perch poem thing?
Yes, it is. She reaches out, touches it with the unicorn horn, and begins to chant the incantation. 8 cats perch atop 8 dead attending. 8 lizards flee from 8 rats scavenging. 8 toads climbing, meet 8 dead and falling. 8 snakes sneak under 8 bats screaming. 8 eyes open, always dreaming. All on the cauldron that is ever seeming. And you see the cauldron shift from its frightening hard iron visage into magically transforming its shape and material from that dark iron to a brilliant gold. As she finishes the incantation, you see everyone else within the palace suddenly lurch forward, moving in a frenzy, before she called out, "Everyone!" And she looks to one of the pixies and says, "You there, fetch me some water, quickly!" And then she starts directing others, pointing to those who are waiting, and says, "Wait your turn, stand over there." But she starts organizing everyone quickly. When she finishes this, Marcia actually probably sees her friends and goes over there. You hear a blast of a spell from up here, as a spell that was previously frozen in time completes its effect. Rubble falls. You hear sounds all over the palace as things begin to move. An old wizard comes running up, and he's like, "What's going on?" and as the inhabitants of the palace are all buzzing about and trying to get things organized in a place that looks completely devastated, that to them, a second ago was not, she finally turns to the party again and says, "You've done me a service. I am inclined to reward you. I'm going to find out where my sisters were."
Well, they're not far.
They're here.
I don't sense their presence anymore.
Ah, those bitches.
Ah, fuck, they ran.
She turns to her cauldron, and you see a grin on her
Should have
lips.
fought him when we had the chance.
Yeah, you see a grin on her lips, and she says, "They can't hide from me."
Oh, by all means, bring them here. We'll kill them again.
Well, I'm not going to stop you from killing them after what they did.
You gotta help us, right? That'd be much more satisfying.
I feel... Well, I was originally planning to let them stew in their paranoia. They're terrified of me. So, but I've got a bit of a better idea. I'll assist you, but... She takes a moment before actually intruding. Do you mind if I get the whole story of what's been going on? And she seems to be asking permission before doing something to you.
Sure.
Absolutely.
She reaches out, taps a finger to, since both of you said that, to both your heads, and you feel the memories of what had transpired since coming to the Feywild as her eyes kind of flutter. She's casting Detect Thoughts. But you feel that presence. Well, you've done a lot while you were here. I'm going to grant you a wish. That separate from you all going after my sisters. And I'll help you in that. But she looks around at the palace. Got a lot of cleaning up to do, and I may make a vow to return this realm, Prismia, back to its former state. You may request your wish at any time, of course. But in the meantime, and some of the pixies return with the water. A whole bunch of pixies actually are just carrying like a gallon of water that they pour into the cauldron. And she turns to that, places a hand on it, and runs it along the surface of the water. And the image changes. And you see the Hourglass Coven no longer in the palace. But the three of them are bickering and arguing at each other and looking over their shoulders, absolutely terrified.
Your sisters took some of our friends. Would you be able to find them?
And she gives a nod and runs a hand over the water again, and it shimmers. You see the vision kind of like into the water, and she kind of beckons you all to surround the cauldron, so you can see. You see in this water a tower and a slanted 45-degree angle.
That place again?
Hmm?
Well, we've been to that one before.
Have you?
At the fucking snakes.
Nope, this looks different.
Oh.
It is not surrounded by forest. It is surrounded, in fact, by magma.
Ooh.
A 45-degree angle hill, tower going upright, and as the image zooms in, you see, she speaks, "Be careful, they've left traps right outside. There's a few, there's like a glow of magic on the rocky ground. And then there's two figures, one tall, one a bit shorter, that look like they haphazardly have like 10 helmets hanging over them. The vision goes through these doors where you see, again, the hags arguing, and shifts again, and upwards. And you see, dangling over what appears to be a pool of lava, are two cages held by chains. A little goblin girl in one, and who you recognize as Sophie, at once Sopig, in these cages. And they both appear to be balancing each other out. She says, "Your friends are being held captive." She looks a little closer again. "I can't tell who the ones outside the gates are, but I can tell you that they're hiding in Gehenna."
Hiding where?
In Gehenna.
Hannah.
Would anyone like to make an arcane check? Arcana check.
Can certainly try.
You can.
They can try.
I will do it.
I will try.
22. I love plus 13.
10.
8.
We know magic.
You know
Okay.
magic. Cinder and Sashir. You've heard of Gehenna. You don't know exactly what it is, except a scary place.
There are a lot of vampires there.
There are a lot of vampires there. Kostya, you know a little bit more. Gehenna is one of the outer realms in the lower planes. And Chal, not only is Gehenna one of the outer realms of the lower planes, it is a neutral evil plane that isn't. The ground there is actually flat, but gravity is at a 45-degree angle. So everything has to be built at that angle and into the ground.
Oh.
There is a moving city somewhere in Gehenna that has connections to other planes of existence, and it is freaking creepy looking if you've ever seen the pictures. But it is filled with rocky mountains, igneous lava pools, and just a number of other things. And you gotta be really careful, because if you stumble and fall, you could be falling for miles.
The gravity's really weird there. It's like the whole thing's built on the side of a mountain, but it has other mountains as well.
Sounds hilarious.
At least the dry air is good for the skin.
How do we get there to save our friends?
So, what would happen if a monk fell? Do they just slow their 45-degree descent into madness eternally?
You ask that out loud, and she says, "Well, if you fall until you manage to catch your step, but theoretically you could fall for eternity."
Hilarious. I love this place.
I can get you there. And she looks around at the destroyed palace again. I have a lot to do here, but I'm going to find it very amusing if you all go after them and bring their heads back to me. I'll be sure to torture them for a long time.
At the mention of bringing their heads back, Cinder's frostbred sword, it's just slightly more fiery.
And she smiles.
All right, I need to get rid of those heads.
Yeah, she smiles, kind of warming up to this plan. I promise to help you in this endeavor. While I intend to stay here and fix my realm, I have a number of treasures I can offer you as a loan.
I'm listening.
What kind of treasures?
Let's take a look. And she's going to lead you first across. I'm just going to pull you all together so I can move you all at once.
Yay.
Here's Paunch and Shiny. Zoop. Did I get everyone?
Cinder and Sir
Where is Cinder?
On Sir Mitt.
Oh, on Sir Mitt. Oh, there we go.
Where else would she be?
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Wah! Alright. She walks out this door, and a bridge kind of like folds up of its own accord to this archway's will, and goes across. This door is going to open into this room, where she pauses and tilts her head slowly as this guy is sitting in her chair.
Surprise, a-hole.
Yeah, and he sees everyone go in there, and the members of Valor Call are like all narrow their eyes at the two there. There's this bodyguard who's standing here, trying to look menacing. You see him standing like with a sword, and on that sword it is burning with fire.
Cinder, you want a new sword?
Cinder could dual wield.
Oh, right, she's AFK. I imagine she says yes.
Yeah. I have to go to GM overlay because there's someone else standing in this room. Why'd they put them there? There's another person here, but they are turned to stone. And she looks at them, at this person turned to stone, and goes, "My advisor," and reaches out and touches them. You also see little scaly chicken-like creatures.
I do not look at them.
Good. But she reaches out, and you see the stone crumble away as this woman here is released, or man, I guess. They, them. And as soon as they're released, they're like, "We will not allow you to," and looks around as they're released. "My queen!" And they kneel to Zybilna as this old man stands up from her chair and says, "Zybilna, I was hoping to talk to you. You see, I know a little something that that you don't want getting out. Which is why you're going to help me kill that old man so I can have his staff." And she doesn't even look over her shoulder, as this man seems to be trying to, what's the word? Not extort.
Menace?
No,
No,
not.
I think it is extort.
Is it extort?
You're trying to blackmail them.
Yeah,
so
blackmail.
It's the same thing.
Same thing. As he seems to be trying to blackmail her, and he goes, "You see, I know your true name." And
We all know her true name. That's how she's out. It's
Yep.
not a secret.
the moment he mentions that, her hair goes from white to black, and she looks younger and more dangerous. And she stares at him and says, "Who are you to bring up the past?" And you see him start to talk again, and before he can get another word out, he chokes and falls forward on his hands and knees as she steps forward slowly and says, "When I'm done with you, you won't even remember who you are." And his body begins to bubble and change and blister, and he keeps trying to talk but only manages to vomit onto the floor. As he is transformed, whoops, wrong layer. Into this.
Oh,
Sexy.
that's hot.
Yeah. And he just gets turned into this miserable little creature. And she seems to consider for a moment whether or not she's just gonna dispose of him before she looks to her advisor and just says, "Get this thing out of my sight." Like,
Was that the guy with the sword?
No, that was the guy with
It was the evil wizard.
It was the evil wizard. But this guy, her advisor begins to begins to go get rid of this thing. The guy with the sword sees this and just backs up.
Leave the sword, chump.
Yeah.
Make an
Yeah.
intimidation check with advantage.
Leave the sword.
Got this. Hold on. I'm the most scary. Yeah.
I believe you just hear guidance.
13. Oh, guidance? That's a D4, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
14.
14.
I'm scary.
Yep. He's like, "Look, I'm just a mercenary. He's not paying me anymore." He drops the sword and turns around and just
Oh,
walks.
I was gonna use my conquering presence to make him afraid of me.
You absolutely can if you want.
No, if he's already gonna just drop the
No,
sword.
no.
He's totally afraid of you. It worked.
He saw his boss get turned into that and is just like, not worth it.
Yep. Leave the sword.
Yep.
He's not paying me to be here anymore. I don't want to mess with
It's not part
y'all.
of the contract.
Whoops.
Oh, Control Z, Control Z.
Control Z.
He's so scared that the whole world.
The whole
palace
world
just
The whole
changes.
world shook.
Alright, this guy's a lesser demon now. But no, this guy's just, he's like, fuck it, I'm out. He leaves. And the three lizard chickens here just kind of like tilt their heads, looking confused, not sure what's going on now. And she looks back to her advisor. "Put these in the stables." And they'll follow him. They leave. But ultimately, she's gonna walk you all the way to the top of the tower. I don't think I should do it. No. She walks you all the way to the top of the tower, and where there are 10 locks on this door, and you see her whisper a phrase, and all the locks completely unlatch. And inside is the treasure room. So let's see what is inside the treasure room. The vault. The vault, as it were. Inside, the door swings open to reveal a circular chamber illuminated by drifting balls of colored light. In the middle of the room is a finely forged greatsword that just floats in the air, point upward, 3 feet above a treasure chest. The magic that holds the sword aloft also rotates it slowly so that the blade catches and reflects the multicolored lights. and you hear from this sword, "Hark! My legend dates back millennia." and then it notices Zabilna, and she says, "Hello, Snickersnack." And it says, "My lady, I sense that the Jabberwock is dead." And she goes, "It'll be back. You're still here." And she...
Why didn't we come here first?
We didn't know where the stairs were.
It's true.
Yeah, and she looks to all of you and says, "You're welcome to procure some of the weapons and armaments from here. Snickersnack, I expect to have returned to me, if you intend to take them." "Yes, take me, for my legend dates back millennia. I am the original Vorpal Blade."
If only we had a fighter.
I should, yeah, so you've got at your disposal 2 swords and a great sword, a short sword, which is currently a great sword, Frostbrand, Flame Tongue, which is the long sword, and Snickersnack, which is currently just a great sword. So
Just crying monk.
Wait, cat monkeys, longswords?
I mean, yeah.
Like, you know, on him.
It looks cool. It looks really cool.
monks can use short swords.
Monks can use short swords.
I mean, if you want a short sword, I need an hour.
No, because like the thing about it is my unarmed strike is a short sword, damage wise, so it doesn't help.
It does an extra cross damage.
Yeah.
Snickersnack?
But I've been using the quarterstaff, so
It's true.
which is doing more than a short sword, and it does smite damage. So
Ooh, that's pretty.
Snickersnack is very pretty.
Snickersnack
I mean,
is
it's
cool.
not on fire, but I can change that.
It has a face on it though if you look close enough.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, at the hilt.
Mm-hmm. It's yelling. It's going.
Just looking through the last paragraph. Don't miss.
Yes, I understand you. Great
So-
sword.
Let me ask everyone. I will let you take your pick of a magic item from this treasury. She does tell you that if you do choose to take Snickersnack, she expects it to be returned. And Snickersnack is alone because it is bound to the Jabberwock, and the two must coexist, eternally killing each other.
That sounds like a fun existence.
It is an eternal existence. For without me,
I mean-
no other Vorpal Blade could exist.
I like my fire, but it's a really cool looking sword.
And +3 to attack.
Snickersnack, how do you feel about fire?
Fire on me? Why, I would be such gnarly. Such gnarly. I am trying to pick up the new language, for I have existed for thousands of years. Millennia even.
You did a radical job.
I'll take Snickersnack.
Wonderful, together.
I'm gonna keep the flame sword though,
Okay.
because I'm gonna be feeding my newly formed fire baby with the fire of.
Oh, that's right. Did I make a new thingy? I might have made a new thingy. Let me check.
Yeah, I can grab the Frostbrand from you if you want.
Yeah, I'll let me see if it is an action to make it back into a short sword.
Oh, it's not. All right. Da, da, da. Okay, I'm gonna make your newly formed fire baby, because I forgot to do that over the course of however long we were gone.
Weeks.
Weeks. Apologies.
That's fine.
Just to embed that paragraph there.
Sorry.
Oh, I just posted one of the paragraphs into the Witchlight chat. And just the 68 slashing damage from a hit.
Yeah. All right, it's girthy.
If it doesn't have or eat its head.
Huh?
Just reading the criteria
Oh,
for
yeah.
not getting its head removed. Although, that is a really good stipulation to put in as well. You can't behead anyone with legendary actions.
Get rid of their legendary.
But it
actions.
still takes fuck tons of damage.
Yeah, but you just can't kill Strahd outright. I like that.
Yeah.
You don't want your big bad evil guy getting
One shot.
nuked by the crit fisher. Legendary.
Uncle Kostya, I'll have this Frostbrand to you in about an hour.
Okay.
It'll be a little more your size.
Oh. That's fine. It just takes some of that. He'll open up his flask and grab a quick cig.
But yeah, so everyone, you are able to select one magic item from the books that you might.
From the books?
Yep, I'm allowing this.
Which
Let's cap it at
What books? I don't understand the books.
any item in any of the
Oh, are we just doing a wish list?
yes.
Okay, that makes more sense.
But yeah, sorry.
That's okay.
Snicker Snack is the most powerful item there. You may go up to let's see. Whoops. Wrong.
Artifact.
No artifact. You may go up to.
Suspense is killing me.
Fuck it, you can go up to very rare.
Very rare. Alright.
One item each.
The flame tongue. I didn't look. Is it a longsword in its current form?
Yes.
Interesting. Would have been a waste. Okay. I love being a monk. What magic items can I even take?
One of the tattoos.
Nah.
Those are awesome,
Okay, that's interesting. Maybe Staff of Power.
Yes, take a staff of power, please.
It's Staff of Power, yes.
That's the wet wizard item. You always go for staff of power if it is a free item.
Well, one day have the Rose of the Archmagi.
Speaking of, were you to cast Detect Magic, Sibilna glows like a star.
How doesn't just to see improperly gets hurt by the brightness?
Ah, my eyes!
Why did I think this was a good idea?
Alright.
Oh yeah, we need something to stop dream fuckery too.
What's that?
Well, the hag's been using dream on us lately to fuck with us.
Yeah. They hate you.
They do kind of hate us.
Okay, we don't like them either.
Yeah, I regret not taking that to fuck with them back.
I think we're going to go.
You know, I just saw Arsenton come up and it disappeared.
Oh, there's something here called an arcane cannon. I want that.
It's just a giant cannon.
It's
that's
just a
sitting
giant
there.
cannon that shoots magic. Does 40, 10, 60, 10. Another 60, 10. More 60, 10s.
You get to Gehenna, and it immediately starts rolling down the 45 degree angle.
No!
Given that whole 45-degree thing, I think the mix of an immovable rod and winged boots is going to come in handy.
Are these magic items in general or just restricted to weapons?
In general.
I'm going to grab this convenient amulet of the plains so that we have a way to get back. But she said she could get us there.
It's very
Oh
smart.
yeah, she's not saying she get us back.
Aha! I'm onto your
Okay.
fey magic.
She says, I can send someone to pick you up.
Oh, well then, never mind. I throw it out.
Here, have this planar Uber app.
Yeah. Pluber,
It's
if
called
you will.
Uber.
Bluebird.
I've been all over the multiverse.
Oh no.
Here's my referral code.
Arcane Propulsion Arm. This prosthetic is a magic melee weapon that you are proficient with. It deals 1d8 force damage on a hit and has the thrown property. You can remove your arm and throw it at people.
Let me give you a head.
It's like,
It's a rocket punch. It says it flies at the target up to 60 feet and then immediately returns and reattaches. That's so
if you
cool.
want that, can I keep your other arm?
I'm so tempted.
This year, no.
Come on.
I don't know
rocket
what I'd
arm.
do with it yet. I haven't thought that far ahead.
Rocket arm. Does it have a vibrate function?
Yes.
Wiggles eyebrows aggressively. Come on, Chell. Vibrating. I don't know what I want. I'm still looking.
Okay. Has anyone else decided?
There's a magic conch of teleportation. There's a lot of teleportation stuff in Very Rare.
Remember, it goes up to very rare, so if there's something else you wanted.
Like I would
I'm just going to
think
stick it rare and go wing boots.
Wing boots? Alright.
Rare does
He
seem
can
to be
fly,
the
he
best
can
of the
fly.
stuff is.
So has anyone decided on what they wanted?
Bag of beans.
You guys
Here,
can
you want a bag of beans?
No. We need to use them though at some point.
I did.
All of them.
I used 2 or 3 of them to bring the Dryad back.
But we dump all
Speaking
of,
of,
them.
I
We
have-
dump all of them on them while they're not ready for it. Okay. I am narrowing mine down. That is a good choice.
Cinder was taking Snicker Snack?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm taking Snickers.
Oh. Oh wow, Cloak of Displacement sucks in 5th edition.
Yeah, it only
you have
gives
a high
disadvantage.
AC.
Huh?
Not if you have a high AC.
Well, if you get hit, it stops working.
Only for
Yes.
the rest of that round until your turn again.
Don't you also have the cloak of protection thing?
I do. I would just trade it out.
And then Kostya's taking Boots of Flying. Spell, flying, Boots of Archer, Bracers of Archery. Boots of Flying? Okay.
I think they're winged boots.
Oh, wow. Is that what it is? Winged Boots. There's a lot of wands in this story. Hey, there are winged boots. Winged boots for Kostya.
But they're gnomish. They have the little toe curls at the end.
Did Chell pick one?
Yeah, the Staff of Power.
Staff of Power.
No, I'm a monk. I have a mage. How would I use it? Can I have the Ring of Winter?
No, that's an artifact.
Damn. So you weren't paying attention.
Can I have the Ring of Winter?
No.
It's a Shadowfell
It's an
shard.
artifact.
It would freeze my fire.
Oh, that's a sorcerer. Okay. That's unfortunate.
If we're gonna go after these hags, I would like to sleep a little bit.
Oh, we don't have to go
Those-
right away.
Ouch.
I feel like we're getting the royal treatment now that we've
Yeah.
rescued.
You remember Zabilma also offered to grant you a wish.
Oh, shit. We should ask. We should wish to be level 20.
We should.
Yeah, first all to level 20. If it costs you to be young, so you can woo the gnomish diplomat.
I'm gonna take the hour to make Snicker Snack my packed weapon. And then give the Frostbrand short sword to Costia.
Well, yeah, there's probably a dead guy upstairs by now, since she unfroze time.
Oh no.
The
Oh,
help started
shit.
moving again.
Oh,
Who did we leave? Yeah, there's another item called Wings of Flying. Get bat wings or bird wings. Interesting.
can I technically be attuned to both my staffs? Or just one?
You can
Technically,
be
you could
attuned
to...
to 3 items. It doesn't matter what.
Yeah.
As long as it doesn't override equipment slots. You can't hold both at the same time, technically. Well, you could, but not for, the purposes of dealing damage. Oh my god, I am really bad at picking magic items.
It gave you too much to work with.
No, there's not enough to work with for a monk.
That's why I liked the, oh, I see the arcane propulsion arm.
Hmm?
I see the arcane propulsion arm.
It's crazy, right? It's just a rocket punch arm. And
Bag of devouring. Barrier tattoo. No, what's the
Like-
claw tattoo? That
like
was awesome.
monks are great because they can get away with not having magic items. So when everybody's getting the choice of really powerful magic items, you're like, ah, shit.
Oh, you could get a dancing sword. You don't have to hold that.
I mean, I don't, but
I can try to decurse my staff once more and give the frostwood to you.
can I have a dancing sun sword?
Dancing sun sword?
Probably not, because it's 2 magic items being combined.
I'll give you a dancing sword that does radiant damage instead.
It's basically a sun sword.
I
You could just go straight
it
up.
would just be a D8, not
Yeah,
that whole extra
I
stuff.
don't need it. I don't need it.
Could go up, could grab a vicious staff or just do straight +3.
Yeah, I could. I think that's what I'm gonna do, so we can keep moving. Staff of Striking. Magic Force Gap is a +3. 10 charges when you hit with a melee attack. Spend up to 3 charges. You expend does an extra d6 of damage. Okay. I'll take a Staff of Striking.
Okay.
It's a +3 staff that does extra damage if I spend charges.
Okay.
This is staff of strike again.
Staff of striking. Oh, here we go.
I call it Krampus 2.
Krampus 2.0.
Better Krampus.
No more asking. Excuse me, sir. What's your alignment?
Yeah. What's your alignment? Are you a good witch or a bad witch?
You know,
You know
that
what?
worked
Forget
out.
I asked.
That works out.
Staff of Striking.
has Cinder gotten like any indications from her patron now that her quest is done?
Would you like to meditate and speak with her?
Yeah. I think that's what they would do.
All right. So you sit down and focus, and with the hag's influence gone, and Sibilna has envoys from the Summer Empress, or the Sealy Court. One of those being a little fairy dragon. But you sit and you meditate, and you're able to connect with her much easier now. As you sit there, it's not long before you feel a summer breeze pass over you, and before you see a young woman, very, very long ears, hair that is every color of the autumn leaves, and behind her are billowing fairy wings that are alight with fire. And I hope I found a decent depiction. But she smiles upon seeing you and says, "You've done well."
We've finally been able to free Zabilna and hopefully restore balance.
I felt her presence return, but there is one of our own who is missing now, one that you brought to me.
I believe that's our next step, to go get them.
You've made a lot of allies. I'll be able to help from where I am, and I will send some of those allies to assist you when the time comes. Just make sure you bring that little one back.
I'll do my best.
And she smiles, reaching out, and as she places her hand on yours, you feel. Are you trying to change over the one sword to another?
Yeah.
Weapon? Okay. Is that going to be Snicker Snack, or are you going to do it with the Flame Tongue since you already have it?
I don't get a lot of the bonuses with Snicker Snack, so I think I'm gonna do it with the Flame Tongue, and I'm just gonna keep Snicker Snack on my person.
Okay. So you feel the Flame Tongue begin to change, and the blade turns and grows into a great sword as leaves grow around it, and flowers begin to blossom along the hilt. Flowers that look very much like little flaming wreaths, and even when the flame catches on the vines that grow around it, it doesn't seem to be harmed.
Thank you.
She gives a nod. I'll always be at your side, Cinder. And you can go ahead and clear any exhaustion if you have any.
Wait, all of it?
All of it. Everyone in the presence of the Summer Queen are able to heal to max, clear their exhaustion, get their spell slots back.
Sweet.
Oh, awesome.
Everyone, no one else sees her, but you all feel revitalized.
Hmm.
feel like I can do this all day.
You wouldn't be wrong.
Oh, here he is. What the? What the?
So what's the next plan?
We go and beat up some hags.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
another chow.
It's gonna chill. They're multiplying.
I didn't mean to do that.
That's what they all say.
Yeah, pretty sure she would be down for the second child.
She wasn't complaining.
Alright. So whenever everyone's ready.
Ready.
I'm ready.
Just got to make sure I have the 7 power Martes.
Zybilna gives a nod and begins to chant an incantation. And she says, "Good luck to you all, adventurers." And then continues, "Bring your heads back to me, and remember you have a wish to redeem." As she completes this incantation, you feel the world around you shift and turn, and everything changes. Bring out most of you. Right. So I'm going to try and organize you all real quick. I got you. 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 Ha-ha. Okay. As the world kind of spins around you, having been in the Feywild, you feel yourselves drifting through an empty void before you see before you what looks like an endless world coming up, and this portal opens as you fly through it inland. On a surface, I'm going to need everyone to make a dexterity save. A surface that is tilted. You can make it at advantage because you were warned that this is Gehenna and the weird tilt.
19.
Good.
Oh shit! Hello, Hellscape.
I feel oddly at home.
Hey, is part of that supposed to be blocked off from view?
What are you seeing?
Your map splits.
Ah, fuck. Alright.
Might not have put the dynamic lighting in.
You did, though. There's a whole thing here.
It doesn't look like it. We're seeing everything.
Are you on...
This is on the.
I can see it too.
This is the stream view. All of it is visible.
Well, okay. You can see all of it.
Yes.
All
Well,
of
not-
it.
Not all of it. What you have on the GM layer is visible. The entire map is visible. So your dynamic lighting stuff is not set.
What?
And I don't
Such effort.
I don't see why it's not working. You have it drawn in. Did you enable dynamic lighting on here? You didn't turn it on. That's why.
Oh.
There you go.
Okay, thank you.
Problem solved. You did everything right. It just wasn't on. Pretend like you saw nothing.
Pretend like you saw nothing. Oh, I got it. Yep, okay.
Just shuffle some stuff around.
Yep. Yep. Ah, no! But yes, you all land in, what did everyone roll?
19.
Well,
Everyone rolled over 10. Nobody suddenly begins to slip and fall. It's that.
well, let's take out these 10 men, shall we?
I'm for it. Let's kill him.
Before you do see two figures in what appears to be just like loose tin helmets, kind of off kilter a little bit. One's kind of tall, like with cloth draped over them, and the other's a little shorter. That stands there, both standing up to either side of the door, as if guarding.
Hello.
No response.
We're new here and a little lost. Perhaps you could help me with some whack. I'm gonna smack it.
Okay,
I'll smack the other one.
go for it.
I'm gonna use Snicker Snack.
Okay.
I'm gonna use the staff of
Why
striking.
not?
Well, wow. Ooh, nat 20.
Oh, okay. For a second, I thought that a first roll with Snicker Snack would be a nat 20.
That would have been hilarious.
That would have been beautiful.
Both hit. Roll damage. No, that
Uh, Mine is 27.
27.
Mine is 15. Because I'm going to hold on to the striking charges for now. And then I do have the open hand techniques. So when I strike them, he has to make a strength saving throw or get yeeted 15 feet.
Alright, so that is. How much did you. How much did it? 27. Alright.
DC 16.
Let's say 16. That's not the right. Oh, there's so much. Alright, let's see, 16. They save.
Yeah, that's annoying. Okay.
Alright. I need initiative.
Make sure your token is selected. Nine. High five, Dino. We keep going from one side to the other.
Right. I can't. I don't have control over Arson.
I gave you control. Let's see. Edit. Oh no. I know what I need to do.
Oh
No.
wait, hey, I had advantage on that, but it doesn't matter.
I have to give you control of all fire elementals. For it, because it's based off of the fire elemental. It's random. Fire elemental. Edit. Alright, how about now?
Yeah.
Okay. Oops. Descending. Alright. Jill, you're up first.
Get him, Chell.
Oh, you're muted.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
There we go. Crap. Well,
Oh,
Chell's gonna move here.
one more thing
Oh.
I forgot. I need everybody to make a strength save as a glyph goes off.
Ah, crap! They did warn us that there were traps.
Yeah.
Ah, crap basket.
That one. All right. I'm yeeted into oblivion.
9.
11.
Oh!
Oh dear.
Oh no!
This is how the party dies.
Oh gosh, yeah. Give one for your
The
mount.
fire elementals are like, this is perfectly fine.
Yeah, the fire elemental's fine. Okay, Sir Mitt is fine. As you go rushing forward, there's a you manage to hit these two tinged soldiers. The off-kilter helmet's kind of rattling around, but there's a sudden blast of force, and everybody takes 7 damage if you failed, half that if you succeeded, and you get knocked prone and start rolling backwards. So, Chell, 1, 2, 3, 4. You roll. 1, 2, 3, 4. You roll. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You begin rolling down the hill.
Although I would argue that Kosuke is in fact just blown backwards because he's already flying.
There's that. Oh yeah, you are already flying. You just get blown backwards. The two tin soldiers smack against the wall, taking a little damage.
Chell's gonna stand up. Ow! Crap, she warned us about that.
Go ahead.
My bad.
Yeah, go ahead and give me another strength save to catch yourself. Or I guess it would be a strength save. Or dexterity save. Your choice.
Not just dexterity,
Because there is a potential
plus
for you
on
to
that.
keep rolling.
15.
15! You managed to catch yourself! You may take your turn.
Chow's gonna cast Firebolt on the one to the right.
Alright, do it.
Um,
That hits. Roll
45.
damage.
and fire damage.
10 fire damage to doot.
Exactly average.
Yep. Damage taken. Anything else?
Gonna take 2 steps this way if I have half up, then over. Actually, I have enough for me over here.
Okay.
In this case, the sheer misses their get up. Shell's in the way.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll be turn.
Alright. Wolfie doing anything?
Wolfie?
Yeah, Wolfie. Wolfie's part of this group now.
That's true.
That is under your control, Stefan.
Yep. Wolfie is going to lope up to just at 30-foot range and is then going to set up an almighty on the two statuettes will need to make, I believe, a DC 11 wisdom. Yes, wisdom.
Wisdom.
If I can
One wisdom.
keep it back for himself. Yeah.
Let's fix that there. Two wisdom. Both roll. One rolled a natural 20, and the other rolled a dirty 20.
Okay. They're immune for the next 24 hours.
Okay.
Well, they won't have the next 24 hours, so.
Anything you would like to do in your turn?
Given that I got a 9 on the dex save, I think he's just going to continue sort of moving backwards.
Totally.
Semi-somersault, at which point he's just going to... Costa's just going to pull up the immovable rod and just click it.
Okay.
To stop himself from flying back any further.
Yeah, that easy enough. You got a magic item for that. You're able to stabilize yourself. Anything you're doing? Oh no, you failed to save, so you're at your turn. Sorry about that. Okay, first in soldier. Stance there. Anything for Arsenton?
No, Arsenton's on me is gonna stay with me for now.
Okay. Second tin soldier. Just stands there. Zashir, make me a strength or dexterity save now that you're tumbling. Alright, you cut yourself and may take your turn.
Alright. Prone, right?
Yes.
I don't think I have a... Part of me thinks I have a kip up from Monk, but I don't think I do. Half my movement to stand. It's fine. I got a lot of movement.
Okay.
So I can still do 20 movement. Yeah! And I go back and I hit him again.
Okay. Make your attack. See, it's 15.
Bloody frog, you could have been closer for a flank. 15 to hit.
15. Whoops. 15. Does 15 hit? The 15 misses.
15 misses. Okay.
It clinks off of the armor or the
15?
helmet. The helmet
have
just
a
kind of like
second
rattles around.
I have a second attack at this level. Monks have a second attack at this level. I have extra attack. Okay, I do get more. Another strike. 29.
29 does it.
18 points of damage.
18.
And strength save to not get eaten.
Alright, so... 10.
Alright. 5, 5, 10, 15. Oh, a little more there.
Okay.
Okay. That's me because I can't follow them.
Yep. They get yeeted, stumble, and then stand there.
That's me. I can't follow.
Okay. Shiny doing anything? Shiny gonna do anything, Stefan?
Oh, sorry.
No worries.
No, Shiny is, I think, just going to take a bit of a move to get into a just-in-case position.
Alrighty. Cinder, you're up. You're on deck.
I'll use. I have to make a save, right?
Yes, strength or dexterity.
Well,
12. Not quite enough. You stumble a little further.
Could I, as I'm stumbling back, shoot an Eldritch Blast?
At disadvantage, you may.
Alright. I think I have 2 beams. Yes, I do. That's gonna miss. Oh, well, 15?
15.
I'm shooting at the one in front of Sir Mitt.
Yeah. 15 misses that one.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot my second one at it.
Okay.
Which is another 15, so it misses.
Still misses.
Sir Mitt is going to bite down on this little tin.
Alright, go for it.
For an 18.
18 does hit.
14. 10 piercing and 4 poison. And he's grappled. He's going to eat him.
Alright. And they are grappled.
And that is it for me.
Alright. Jelly, you're up.
Could Paunch use the help action on Cinder to top with the next strength/dex save for rolling?
Yes.
I'm telling Paunch to do that, and can I hit the one inside Sir mouth with Firebolt?
Yes.
I'm assuming legs are out, or is it all the way in?
He's halfway in. Legs are dangling out. Very, very long legs. Legs made for jumping. You see two like very long armored legs.
That are long and made for jumping. The chair, can you try to get one of their helmets off? Because I think it's a belly grub.
Oh, what?
That frog people, what's their name again?
Bullywug.
Bullywug.
You think there's a bullywug in there?
Well, the legs do cut long and made for jumping.
Interesting. I was gonna knock it into the lava. I can certainly try to remove its hat.
Jill, are you doing anything?
Does I should come over here? Can I just try to stop Cinder? Because if they're bullywugs, I don't know if I want to attack them or not.
You can assist in stopping her to roll.
You're the queen, and you should just command them to stop.
Stefan, it's you and Wolfie.
Oh, Wolfie! I think Wolfie is all done, given that they're already done. Kostya is going to let a couple of arrows swing into this guy here, I think.
Alright. Make your attacks. You've got 2.
A 17 to hit.
17 hits, that one.
Okay. So I'll call that. 12, just the 12 points, because the favorite foe isn't active right now.
Okay.
And then for the second one, probably going to miss 11.
Yeah, 11 misses.
And then I will just move up a little bit, just to be a bit more central, but still probably 20 feet over ground flight.
Alrighty. Tin Soldier in Sir Mitt's mouth. Just kind of dangles. Anything for Arsenton?
No, they're kind of falling with me because they're attached.
Okay. Second Tin Soldier just kind of stands there. Zashir.
I'm gonna attack it. I'm gonna start with a grapple.
Okay.
Because I was asked to take its hat.
Alright, you grapple it.
Doesn't fight back.
Doesn't fight back.
I'm gonna take its hat off.
You take its hat off.
Do I see a frog in there?
Not in this one, but...
Nope. The fuck?
You see Will of the Feywild.
Ah, shit,
Just
I was
kinda
gonna throw
standing
you in the lava.
They're just standing there, kind of like in a daze, as if they had been charmed.
Oh dear.
Oh, these fucking bitches.
One thing you notice is that there is a single horn pointing out of their forehead, but they just stand there, drooling.
They were gonna let us kill them. I let them go. Fuck. Walk over and I pull the hat off of this one.
And Sir Mitt lets go, I assume.
Well, Sir Mitt would have taken off. I was gonna have Sir Mitt take the hat off and eat it.
I help Sir Mitt take
Okay.
the hat off.
You need it. It's
And
Morgan.
eat it. I help them eat it by chewing as well.
You mama bird my toad.
Yeah. Feed to him like a bird.
Yeah.
Oh, your teeth must hurt.
Yeah. Well, they're...
It is Morgard, just standing there in a daze, kind of drooling.
Well, at least one of them was a bullywug. Frog, whatever we called them.
Bullywug.
Bullywug. Perfect. I knew it. Nailed it.
Okay,
I'm still
nothing but
falling.
extra pissed off.
Do I need to roll again?
Yes, go ahead and roll.
With advantage.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, with advantage.
Hey!
Hey, you catch yourself.
What the heck is going on here?
They were hoping we would kill them without checking.
Oh, those bitches. Tell's coming over to Will because he's alone. Can I cast Identify on the horn on the head?
You can make a Arcana check.
This is just downright impolite.
25.
25.
Right?
Will of the Feywild is an Oni. Onis have been referred to as ogre mages. This one is they also tend to be shapeshifters of a sort. But it appears that their true nature is that of an Oni. And while most Oni traditionally have like an evil kind of tendency to them, Will has not displayed any of that.
That's true. He hasn't been a jerk. I kick in the door.
Mhm.
Okay. You kick in the door.
Take the treasure. Oh, sorry, no. Fight the monster, then kill
Yeah.
the treasure.
I kick in the door, fight the monster. I go looking for trouble.
Because we got past this and I had forgotten, you all do level up one more time.
Oh.
So,
I suppose we should do that.
yeah, let's take a quick break. Everybody level up, and you do get your resources from this level up. Any hit points you lost, though, hit points were lost.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Purity of the body.
And in 5 to 10 minutes, we will come back to this. Let's come back at 10:30.
Alright. I'm going to put the away screen up, then we'll be back.
All right.
Very good.
I'm glad you mentioned the feet.
I don't have a feed. We are 10, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And I will be right back.
I get movement, and I am immune to poison and diseases. Thankfully, neither of those have come up this entire game. Nuh-uh.
So I can add 2 new spells.
Oh, I can move along vertical surfaces without falling now. I can just wall run. That's cool. And water. Technically could have done the lava if I had fire resistance. So unarmed movement goes up.
Good.
Not a whole lot of improvement for me.
Oh, cool. Have improved hydration.
Nice.
Is that right?
Add a spell. I can get a new cantrip.
I now run at 50 feet.
Spells. Again, I do. That's good.
Mm.
Here's the question: whether to go long term and actually grab Revivify, or just go. No, we're just going all out and go Conjure Barrage. I think Conjure Barrage.
Dido said she was using Snicker Snack, and then I saw the natural 20, I was like, oh no.
Oh, that would have been real bad.
I would have lost my Queen Regent.
Definite sand roll there. Yeah.
Listen, it wasn't their fault. They didn't know they would horribly murder one of our allies.
Yeah, I'm gonna take chill touch my cantrip. Now rep my spells. I don't need to talk, that doesn't matter.
I'll be right back.
Ooh, Gladys deficits concentration.
Whoosh.
Well, I can cast Silent Image now.
Neat.
So if we need to have a certain part of an eclipse, I can make it.
Oh, that's actually very helpful.
Yep. You all know their weaknesses. Remember them.
Chell knows
And
their
I can-
weaknesses, and I trust them to remember.
And can cast Silent Image at will.
Should we go over the weaknesses?
Speaking of weaknesses,
Spinning counterclockwise, be the first person they see when they wake up,
Oh, well,
and
good luck
an
with that
eclipse.
one.
you all said no to this little item.
That doesn't sound like us at all.
Yeah, you declined it.
About 8 pinches of sleeping sand when I cast on opening this
Yeah.
pouch. Cast a sleep spell that
Yeah.
equals 1 to 3 pinches of sand.
This one's for 24.
That's still no guarantee that it would put a hag down.
No, but
If you wear them down so that they've got like you
Yeah.
think that that's like 50 hit points or so, then it becomes
Becomes a little easier, but that's
you know what?
still very.
I think I'd even remove this 1 to 3. So let's make that 1 to 8. You just don't get
Oh.
one down.
We just throw the whole pot of sand at her.
Just whipping her head in the face like a conch.
Wow.
Right, not a conch. What?
And you know what? Am I feeling generous?
Are you feeling
Am
generous?
I feeling generous? Guys, how generous am I feeling?
Quite.
Very generous.
You love us all very much.
So generous.
You got good things happen to us.
Yeah, I do. Sitting on your shoulder, Chell. You see this guy.
That's how much she loves
Yep.
you. You see this guy
You
while
see
you're
this
standing
guy,
on the
this
edge of a
fucking
lava
guy.
rock.
Yeah. You see this
Oh,
guy.
dear.
I need you to make a dexterity save.
Okay, changes. Thing to load. Wait for thing to load. And dexterity save. Public. No. Public. There we go. 15.
Okay. You don't completely freak out and fall over into the lava.
Oh, that's good.
But you do notice that they are holding a little pouch,
I was gonna.
staring and smiling at you.
Thank you. Take the pouch.
You take the pouch, and as you do, you see this smile just kind of like shimmer and fade.
Goodbye.
okay, goblins. What are you gonna do?
Got to cast Identify on our last long rest.
There's always next time.
You know what it is though. So, what did everybody get from leveling up?
Increased movement. I can now walk 50 feet around. Also, I'm immune to poison and diseases.
I have no
I
doubt
can
that would be real
cast-
helpful.
I have
I
no
can cast
doubt.
Silent Image. And I got more lay on hands.
Nice.
I got more spells.
Nice.
I chose Kansas Floating Disc and Mouse Minute Meteors. because I panicked at the end because I was having trouble.
Listen, meteors are good.
That's an awesome spell. I love it.
It is.
Kostya has finally given up and went sharpshooter, so he can just miss everything trying to get the extra damage.
Now it's time to get real.
Yeah.
All right.
And he also grabbed oh, that wasn't quite what I intended, but okay. Conjure Barrage. So now instead of just firing one arrow, he just fires a 60-foot cone of arrows.
Oh.
That is a pretty cool spell. Kind of lowball damage, but it's a pretty cool spell.
What if you use that spell with the healing arrows?
Yes.
Then I need everyone to make a dexterity save to avoid being healed.
I willingly fail.
Alright, but Zashir, you kick open the door next to Drooling Mortar. And inside you see a circular chamber of this tower. And it is an interesting, because you're at a 45-degree angle slope, or technically gravity's at a 45-degree angle. It's weird. It's not really a slope, it's flat, but it's just, to you it's a slope.
I'm just doing the Shaolin monk thing where I'm bent at the 45-degree angle as well, and it's nothing.
Yep. So is this tower. And inside it is flat ground. You don't need to worry about tumbling quite so much as you do outside. Inside you see about a 15-foot diameter pit of lava or magma, a couple pools of water off to either side, and vines and plants growing through the ground. It's like a weird part of the Feywild was dragged into this little portion of their lair. And in cages, you see a little goblin girl and a little human girl sitting in either of these cages up above, attached by like a little pulley. They seem to be balancing each other out. And in the back, you see the Hourglass Coven just standing there. And they all glower at you, and one says, "You ruined everything!" And another says, "They're here to kill us, sisters." And then Indolin says, "You saw what our sister was. You know who she is. She is the lesser evil." Well, I'm sorry, we are the lesser evil.
I was like, was that your attempt to convince us?
Yes, no. I slip the tongue. She does not. She says, "We are the lesser evil."
Are you, though? You literally disguised people we befriended as your guards so that we could kill them.
We didn't do any harm to them. Yes, that was all you.
Yeah, that's why I'm not going to feel bad as I'm bashing your fucking skulls in.
Alright, let's roll initiative.
Okay.
Bloody hell.
Oh no.
At least I don't roll well.
Oh, yeah.
Alright. Initiative. It's alright, these bags don't roll very well either.
Quick, somebody give me fire resistance.
I can't give you fire resistance, but I can make you big.
You do that anyways.
Oh no, I can give you strength. Never mind, I don't have my big potion. Would I have had time when Zashir was talking to use one of my charms or preservation?
Yes. Alright, so any potions, any charms you can use now before we all throw down. In the meantime, you see...
I
Sorry, go
would
on.
also. I've got 2 more charms.
What do they do?
They cast Death Ward.
Oh.
So if you are knocked down to 0, you bump back up to 1. Unless it's like a critical hit, or it would kill you outright, I think. So as I'm doing the charm from the Dryad on myself, is there a range on it? Is there a range on Death Ward?
I think it's touch.
Oh, shit. Okay.
You can cast it on your allies if you want.
Well, I wanted to get one on Sophie.
Oh.
Yeah, don't you still have the
It is
Horse
touch.
tongue?
Do I stop a what?
the horse tongue that was essentially the potion of invulnerability, I think it is.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm gonna drink that now.
It's a tongue, so you eat it.
I eat it.
It tastes gross.
I drink the tongue.
You drink the
I
tongue.
drink the tongue.
It tastes gross. But you are now invulnerable to, or not invulnerable, but you're resistant to all damage.
I'm invulnerable.
You're invulnerable. It doesn't do quite what it says, but it gets pretty close.
Okay. I am going to give the other 2 charms
Mm-hmm.
to Arson.
Okay. So, before this all happens, you see 3 figures, a red cap, a darkling, and this familiar little face right here. And the 3 of them, the red cap and the darkling begin playing music, and Pincushion here begins to sing, and I'm gonna hate myself for this because my throat is gonna kill me afterwards. But you hear him sing, "Wake up to the sound of your teardrops on the ground. You fight it, but you're bound." And begins just singing a parody of Misery. Yeah. You thought you've come to play, but you should run away. Oh, the misery. Our
Anybody have
lifetime
Fireball?
just wants to feed.
Yes,
and-
just need to move over 5 feet.
Yes, and just basically begins to sing. And the hags get 3 re-rolls that they can use. And then, from out of the tree next to you, or closer to you, I guess I should say, some familiar friends appear. It is.
It's the gang.
It's the gang.
Vansel!
Yeah, it's Vansel. It is your Dryad who actually is opening the portal as some of the tree bark kind of splits open, and you see her lean out as Vansel, Octavian, and your little Campestri friend step out.
Oh, buddy.
And then they begin to sing. And I wish I wrote this better so I could read it. But he goes, "We were caught up in our deals when we made our appeals. Our fates had been sealed." And they begin to sing a parody of Misery, except it's not miserable. And he goes, "Then came the menagerie to save us from their tyranny." And you all get 3 re-rolls that you may use collectively among yourselves. And then Pincushion says, pulls out a knife and says, "Watch out for yourself!" And he starts chasing them. And and then they close the portal and they all disappear. And then we begin. Alright, Kostya, it is your turn first.
Okay. Let's see. If I can get this right. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So flying overhead of everybody. I think, hopefully, yes. Quick question for the rest of the group. How much do we really care about the folks in the cages?
Quite a lot.
The goblin, not so much. The little girl, we need to keep her safe at least.
Yes.
We rescued the little goblin child.
Goblin child?
Oh, is that
It
the
was
little?
attached
Is
to-
that the? Sorry. Is that the little goblin girl?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. She's important too. Sorry. I don't know why. I don't know why I thought it was the candy goblins.
No, not the candy goblin.
Yeah, I thought it was the candy.
Oh, he's
goblins.
dead.
Yeah, I thought it was the candy goblins. That's different.
You merciful.
I'm just going to activate Favored Foe Hag
Well,
and set a couple of arrows. Might as well just go left. So into what's the name?
Babylorna.
Yeah.
Alright, make your attack.
So we'll do a 26 to hit.
Thanks for the music.
You're welcome.
And a 23 to hit.
Both hit. Or they would hit, except the arrows go, and you just see all three of these hags just kind of like grin in unison, as they all take a vow, and the illusion shimmers and fades.
Felt a little bit too clear, yeah. That's Kostya.
Alright.
Shiny is just gonna move up. Oh, and Shiny will also just set off a set of flashing lit arrows on the ground leading in through the doorway, sort of one of those this way. Quick minor illusion.
Okay. A little illusion appears with the guidance arrow. Cinder, you're up.
I'm gonna move in. How high up are these two?
About 10 feet, but you can reach them while you're on Surmit. But you see Sophie kind of lean over in the cage, seeing you.
I am going to... Does it look like these cages are counterbalancing each other?
Yes,
or
they do.
are they? Okay. Then I'm going to, since I can't see the hags, I'm going to use my action, since I can reach Sophie, and just raise her fingertips and cast Death Ward on her.
Alright. She reaches out and you grab her hand. She says, "Don't leave us. They're hiding."
I'm gonna get you both out of here safely.
And the little goblin girl's looking back and forth. I want to die. Anything else? I'm sorry, was there anything else?
Yeah, I'm thinking. I'm thinking.
Yeah. I can dash up next go and take the place of one of them.
I just
If you
noticed
can
your
get the light
camera. That's all for you?
No, I'm thinking of what bonus action I want to do.
Okay. Chell, you're on.
Yeah, no, that'll be it.
Alright. Chell, you're up.
Okay, Chow's gonna come inside. 20. And I'm just gonna measure out the distance real quick. That should long enough levitate, but 30. Kostya, get Sophie out of the cage, and I can have. What's the Goblin girl's name again?
Oh gosh, I had it set up a while ago. Her name is... Here we go. There we go. Her name is... Fenia.
Phinia?
Fenia.
Oh, Phinia. And I can cast Levitate on Phinia. That way the cage will still be counterbalanced.
You levitate her at the cage. Because if the cage is heavier than her, she's going to get dragged down still.
Well, they're counterbalanced because they're both in there. If Sophie goes away, then counterbalance.
I mean, I would cast.
Yeah, just on the
levitate
cage.
Cage. That way the cage won't move.
I'll cast Levitate on her cage so she doesn't fall.
Okay. Are you holding that action or you're casting it now?
Holding that action.
Okay. You begin to make the to get the somatic and verbal components holding that last syllable. Next on the list, from above, out of the darkness, and landing. Whoops again. Landing in front of you. A familiar little baby dragon. Who doesn't like you?
Fucking dragon!
It's a cute little
A
dragon.
cute little evil dragon. But this is actually about your size, and they rear up, and you see their chest inhale, and they are going to use poison breath. So let's see, 5, 10, 15, oh, Morgard is just out of range, but I need Chell, Zashir, and Kostya all to make Constitution saves as this billowing cloud of poison is sprayed on all of you.
Oh, poison!
Yeah.
I'm immune to that.
Yeah!
Well,
I just tank it like a champ.
Distance to that, so we'll give that a.
It is a DC 11, so Kostya, you're taking full damage. Chell, you're taking half.
I'll take 5, okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh no. Oh.
So,
kinda
11
average.
damage.
Yep. 23 damage for Kostya, 11 for Chell, 0 for Sashir. And then
So is that 23 also poison or?
poison, yeah.
Okay.
And then upside down, you hear chanting coming from above, and glancing upward, you see on thin, spindly legs, Indolin Moongrave, as she's whispering another incantation. And you remember before, she's able to walk upside down and on vertical surfaces. So she's up in the air, way up in the air.
How high up in the air?
Like, these stairs here lead upwards. She's hanging upside down underneath the ledge that kind of circles around this tower.
How high up is it?
It is about 40 feet up. And as she's whispering this incantation, I need...
Is it a spell?
It is a spell.
Counter spell.
Do I don't want me to do it since I have more spell slots than you?
Yes,
You're holding
please.
an action. If you are able to
if you
counter
take your
spell.
reaction, you will blow the held spell.
Oh,
Because
Damn.
when you cast the held, it's a reaction.
What level are you casting counterspell at?
I only have 3rd level.
Alright, I need you to roll a spell casting check. This is a higher level spell.
Mm-hmm. 23?
Alright, you see her casting this spell, and you glance up, you throw your hand out, and immediately interrupted as this string of, as these like little marionette strings begin to spiral outwards. They just get blasted, and these arcane threads dissipate, and she glances at you angrily, and then she's going to skitter up and over the ledge and take cover. And that is her turn. And then let's see. And then alright, this is an attack. Wow. 20 to hit you, Chell.
Yeah, it does. I can't use reactions currently.
Or I'm sorry, that's a 26. As behind you, hiding in the brush, is a very, very tiny version of Scabbeth the Nightshade. And there's just this bolt of electrical energy that strikes you. 10 lightning damage. And she kind of cackles and then is going to move... no, she's going to keep her cover in the brush. And just kind of duck down. Wolfie's turn.
Wolfie.
Or actually, it's the Shears first as a player, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wolfie on deck.
Cool. So, oh man, do I go for Scabather or do I deal with this fucking dragon? This dragon. Yep. Over here. And I'm gonna beat the fuck out of this dragon.
You leave Cradlefall alone.
You shut up. Points the staff at them. You're next. Yeah! 29.
That hits.
That's gonna be 15 bludgeoning on that one. Go again. 22.
22 hits.
Another 15.
Another 15.
Was I rolling only 15s? Is there something wrong with my macro? I don't think it was only 15s, right? Just wanna make-
No, it was rolling.
It was rolling something else.
For you.
Okay, yeah, I see an 18 on there. Okay. And then with the key point spent, do martial arts. Another one in there. 16.
16 misses.
16 misses? Okay. Dang. Alright, I can't retroactively pump those extra damage in there. That's me.
Alright, cradle fall. You bash him twice. And Scott goes, "Oh, my baby!" Alright, Wolfie's up.
Wolfie is just going to dash. Here. So, Fire Kitty. Yeah, that's Wolfie's done.
Okay. Arsenton.
Is gonna climb up into my hair and is going to start trying to burn a hole in the cage, in
Alright.
Sophie's cage.
Yep, make that attack.
17.
8 fire damage. Arsenton, this little miniature fire elemental in your hair begins torching along the against the lock, and you see it heating up and beginning to melt. It's almost melted with that much damage.
And it is if it can be caught on, if it's flammable, it is kind of.
Yeah, I'll let
But
you.
it's metal, so
Yeah, it's
probably not.
it's heating up and it's beginning to melt. So, you could theoretically yank it open yourself at that point,
Okay.
but it's weakened and it's taken damage. Next on the list, you see out of one of the pools a much larger version of Babylon of Blightstraw. Splashes out of the water and begins to make her way over, and she's so
big.
She's so big.
Yeah.
It's so big!
And the closest one to her is Cinder. So she just walks up, and you see her lips curl back and her jaws open wide. She's going to try to bite you. 23 hit.
23's gonna hit.
17 piercing damage, and you are grappled as she chomps down. And then one of her eyes swivels over towards Zashir, and her second attack, she points one of her fingers and uses Withering Ray for a 12. Zashir, you duck as this ray strikes some of the foliage, which immediately begins to rot and decay. And then she's going to use her bonus action. Does she need to roll something for this? And she's a larger creature now, so she can swallow larger things. Nope, she just swallows you. And then she's gonna start to back up towards the pool again. Both Arsenton and Sermit may take an attack of opportunity as she tries to retreat with you in her mouth.
Arson is a 14. And Sermit is an 8.
Both miss, and she jumps into the water. Doesn't submerge completely with her limited movement, but is preparing to. Alright. Top of the round. Someone roll me a 1d3 for lair actions.
One.
Now is probably a good time to cast that levitate spell.
One. Misery. Cold rain pours down. All non-magical fire is extinguished, and all creatures beyond 30 feet are lightly obscured. So it begins to rain in this tower.
Does that include the lava?
Yes, the lava begins to steam.
Arson would not have gotten an attack of opportunity because Arson moves with me.
Okay. So it begins to rain in this tower. And this little guy, Soup Soup, appears behind Zashir and is going to take advantage of that flank. We're 23, a 26,
Jesus.
only 2.
Ooh.
This little thing is serious. What is that? 18.
Yeah. A little warnly
25.
jumps on your back, and you feel a tiny dagger stabbing into you.
Ah, what the fuck?
That is
25.
25, yeah.
Oh god, it hurts.
Well, I mean, Sophie should be able to get herself out now.
Yeah, she can make checks now. Actually, yeah, that's a good point. Let's see if she can do it.
Sophie.
She's a little girl.
Come on, where are our tokens? Here we go. Amen. Yes. Strength's not terrible. 17. Okay. She kind of like leans back and then kicks once in the cage, kicks twice, snaps and swings open. She is going to look down and leap onto the Sermit.
And levitate goes off.
Yep. And the cages stop as Phenia begins to float, or the cage Phenia's in begins to float. Kostya! Oh, someone roll me a d8 as well. One.
There you got that.
Thaco appears,
Oh, this motherfucker.
and he says, I may not be as relevant anymore, but at some point, you have to let the kids take over. And now he takes out his scythe and throws it against the ground. And now all enemies have to roll a natural 15 or higher to be able to hit anyone, as everybody is given Thaco armor. And then he disappears. Alright, Costa,
Wait, we have Thaco armors or enemies have Thaco armor?
You all have Thaco armor. So not only do they have to surpass your AC, they have to roll a natural 15 on their die.
Ooh.
Costa, you and Shiny are up.
Yeah. Decisions. I think I'm gonna fly over the bush, and then bonus action, Hunter's Mark, and just let rip. I'll hit.
That hits.
I'm guessing probably that as well. 23.
Also hits.
Okie doke. That is David Foe plus Hunter's Mark, so 11 plus, so 14 and 13.
13. Alright. She has to make 2 Constitution saves. Alright, she maintains.
Hey, can someone turn counterclockwise?
I certainly can on my turn.
You have to be within 5 feet of her, though.
I don't think I can turn inside of her.
No, you are restrained.
Mean.
Yeah.
Not with
I'll
that.
get him up the next turn and just I'll be twirling. As I'm firing, it's a fire twirl right now. But far away.
Alright. Is there going to be anything for...
No, Shiny's just gonna do a bit of aim to. Yes, Shiny. Okay. Yeah, he's gonna yeah, double move.
Alright.
Little legs pumping like mad.
Guess who appears behind Chal?
Yeah.
It's the villain.
3 attacks. 22, 18, 24. The second one misses. The first one misses. Ren, make sure that none of those earlier attacks miss.
Mhm.
Only the last one hits. 10 piercing damage.
Only my last one hit?
These attacks are on Chal because you all have Thaco
Okay.
armor.
Okay, but you told me to make sure something did.
Yeah, the earlier 3 attacks
Okay.
from the Winterling.
on.
So those didn't
And
hit me then? Is that what you're saying?
They might have. They might not have.
damn.
He showed up afterwards.
Okay, yeah.
You had him show up after I was attacked, so they hit me.
Alright. Cinder, you are inside and you are restrained. You do take a little bit of damage from her. Don't look acid.
I need a Constitution savings throw for levitate.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I have advantage with it though.
You need 3 technically. Or
Well, it's only hit
as
once.
many times you were hit. Yeah, that's what I mean.
So roll with advantage. 14.
14. That's enough. And Cinder, you take 8 acid damage. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna use my bonus action to Hexblade's Curse. Bavlorna, who I'm inside of.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna stab Snickersnack into her insides.
Do it!
Hot burn.
I don't think 10 is gonna hit.
That is a miss.
You already said it missed before I could decide to use it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Can I do that?
You know a 10's gonna miss. That doesn't change anything. You can decide.
Yeah, but I hadn't decided if I wanted to use my channel divinity or not. But I'm gonna try and stab it again. For a natural 20.
Roll that extra damage.
It's 68. Or 19 extra damage. And you know what? Let's just throw in a divine smite. Let's just smite a bitch. Touch 2.
Yeah, explode the bitch.
I gotta remember how many. 2, 3, so 6, 68. That's D10.
Let's see. In 2d6 plus an 8.
Because I'm doing it at second level.
Mm-hmm.
So that'd be 2, 3, 6. 15 more radiant damage.
Alright,
73?
what is the total damage on this?
From?
It would be 73, I believe.
73. Math. You pretty much chunk her for half her health in one hit. Unless she makes a natural 20, she is vomiting you up. That's not a natural 20. So you stab into her, and she looks down, and there's just her blood filling this pool of water before she completely submerges, and she just vomits you up as she shrinks.
And you know what? Let me read the. Because she damaged me, technically. No, there's still a long fight. I'm not going to blow another spell slot.
Alright. But she is in the water, bleeding, looking pretty bad. Another hit like that, and she's probably not going to last. That's her turn, though. Anything else for you?
No, I used my my bonus action and my action.
Alright. Chell.
Chell's going to use... I wanted to use Fireball, but I can't with the little Orling there. Scorching Ray.
Alright.
That. Roll. He just. See how many I get when I cast at a higher level. Yeah, 4th level.
Alright. Who are you aiming
Does
for?
the 13 hit the little Orling? One behind me?
Oh, the Lornley? 13? No, that misses. You are at disadvantage because these are ranged attacks.
Yep. So then let's try that again. 19?
19 hits.
And for 8 fire damage.
Just barely alive.
No, that him then.
You don't even have to roll damage at 2 hit points.
Then-
vaporize it. Just 3 bolts. And there's nothing left.
Oh, well.
I want to hit the tag that hit me with the witch bolt. I cannot remember her name at the moment.
Scabatha?
Yes. And 26.
20. No, it's a natural 1. You're still next to Cradle Fall.
Let's think. Does forecaster affect that at all? Oh no, damn. Well, one left.
Did Bevlorna die?
No, she's hurt though.
Okay.
22
22 hits.
and 6 fire.
6 fire, and she has to make a Constitution save.
Nice.
The tether for her witch bolt just breaks as she ducks down, getting singed by this flame.
And that will be turn.
Alright.
That should be alright.
Cradle Falls.
Yep.
Cradle Falls' turn sees you attacking their mama. They are going to actually 60 if they get their breath back. They do not. They're gonna bite you. For an 11. Definitely gonna miss, especially with your Thaco armor.
I'm gonna use my reaction to hit them.
Alright, make that attack.
Sentinel. 28.
That hits. Critical damage.
15.
You swing as Cradle Fall snaps at them, and as your staff comes down, you hear a as their neck snaps and the body drops limp.
I'm just going to take a free use of the open palm. Go 5, 10, 15, eat it towards the lava.
Okay. Alright, Cradle Fall. You're gone. And then Tiny Scabatha glowers at you. Indolin comes back around the side, walks upside down, looks around. She's gonna look to. She's gonna skitter a little ways over here. She's up in the air, 40 feet. And upside down, she's going to cast Dominate Person on Uncle Kostya. I need a Wisdom save.
Oh no.
Fourth level
no.
counter spell.
Oh, this can only end well.
Yeah.
What level are you casting Counterspell at?
This is at least a magical effect, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Um,
Okay.
I said 4th level.
4th level? Let's see. What level spell is this? Oh, no, that's your scout. I need Indolin. It is a 5th level spell. I need a spell casting check.
So that just be an arcane or just a spell attack?
It will be. I think they're both the same. Unless you have expertise in arcane.
I have expertise in arcane.
Yeah, it would be a spell attack then.
Okay, so that is just. Yeah.
Oh, you know what?
You know what?
Yeah, Scabatha is going to burn a Coven spell slot to cast Counterspell on you. Anybody else got any more Counterspells?
Aye.
Okay. So they burn 2 spell slots. As you begin to counterspell, Skabatha, not far away, says, "Not today," and waves her hand, and you feel your own counterspell get broken as Skabatha throws threads at Uncle Kostya. I need a wisdom save at advantage.
So that would be a 16.
16. That might succeed. Let me check. Spell DC. That succeeds. You just succeed. Just barely. As you feel threads catch to you and begin to puppet you, you quickly shake it off and feel the magic charm fade. And Indolent's like, blood contamination. And she's out of movement. So, that's her turn. Skabatha is going to use her bonus action to return to her normal size. Is going to angrily flank with the Lornling as her claws begin to drip with poison. Oh shit. Nope, I said it. She does it. She doesn't know you're immune to poison anyway. Nya, nya. 22 and a 13. You take no damage. As her poisonous claws sink into Zashir and do nothing. And she notices that now. Zashir, you're up! Oh, hang on everyone. We are at 11:30. Do we want to call it, or do you want to finish this?
I have work in the morning.
Alright.
I would like to, but I have overtime scheduled, so...
Okay. So, you've dealt a fair amount of damage. You all are doing pretty good.
Run till the end of the round and then start at the top.
Yeah, we can do that.
Sure.
Go
Okay.
ahead and make your attacks this year.
Skabatha is on the ground?
She is on the ground. She's next to you.
Okay. I'm gonna get the little stab happy bitch first. 1. 24.
Hits.
Punt.
Splat.
Then turn. Skabatha, I said you were next. 21.
21 hits.
16 for the first strike. Key
All right.
point. Martial arts. Nat 20.
Nat 20.
I am going to pump all of the points from the striking into it. 1 sec. I gotta remember how many of those I can. Not all of them, because if I spend the last one, it might explode.
All 3?
Up to 3, yeah. Up to 3, and it does... Ooh, D6 plus 4. Oh, no, that's the recharge. Just a D6. Yeah, so an extra 66 on top of this.
Okay.
So that's going to be 14 plus... I got it stops at 5 on that thing. 66. And another 19 force. And then she will have to make a dexterity saving throw or be knocked prone.
33. And dexterity.
DC 16.
Yeah, that's... She fails.
Alright, knock her on her ass.
You sweep the leg.
Sweep the leg, no mercy.
She goes down.
I just loom over her and I say, "There's no fear in this dojo." That's me.
All right. Is Wolfie or Arsenton doing anything?
Yes.
No, Wolfie's just moved, so that's what he's going to do.
Okay.
Arsenton's gonna try and take out Bavorna. Reach out and touch her. 26.
That hits.
10 fire. She is on fire.
10 fire. All right. And it is Bavorna's turn as she's just kind of bleeding from her gut.
She'll take 3 more fire.
She is. She's going to. Is this an attack? Okay. Alright. She's going to. Oh no, her concentration is broken. She can do this. Okay. She's going to start casting another spell. 5-foot radius. 10 feet off the ground and remains in the spell's duration. So she just lifts her arm, and some of the water that you're in comes up, and I need you to make a strength save.
Ooh, sorry.
I need Cinder to make a strength save.
9.
A globe of water wraps around you, and you are lifted off the ground 10 feet away from her. As you are just encased in a bubble of water. That's a flag, but you're in a bubble of water. And then she is going to swim downward 30 feet. And
I'm restrained.
You are considered restrained until you break out of it. But she goes underwater. Alright, and at the top of the round, someone roll me a d3. As we see, and a d8. 1 d3, 1 d8. Alright, for your d3, paranoia, that doesn't help. Doesn't help too much. They already all know where you are. Nobody's hiding, but the hags are aware of your location. And the d8, 5. An ally appears. An old man. Oof. He goes, oh my. I guess I was needed. And he begins to cast a spell. Everybody gains 10 temporary hit points before he disappears.
Oh. That's it. Okay.
Yeah.
Looks like my job here is done. But you didn't do anything.
Right.
And this is where we'll call it for now.
On my turn, Sir Mitt would have moved to get Sophie out.
Alright. He's just leaving.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry.
So quick.
I was in the process of moving it and you
Oh,
moved.
sorry.
That
But
was the
yeah,
water, right?
just
Sorry.
So
he has 40 feet of movement.
So riding atop Sir Mitt, you get Sopig to safety, or Sophie to safety. And we out of the allies you've been making.
Alright, everybody, thank you for watching. I'm going to go to bed because I have a long day of work.